What is up, bros and broettes? I'm Inkslasher, and welcome to Top 5 Paint Jobs of the Week. And man, has it been a long time since I said that, all the way since Black Ops 3. And this is a series on the channel that you guys really loved back in the day, so if you do enjoy this video, want to see more of them, the way to show me is by hitting that like button, as it does really help out the videos, and it shows me that you want to see more videos like this. But I got a ton of submissions, so thank you for all the submissions. Of course, I couldn't get everyone's paint job in the video, so if you did submit it, it may get put into a video in the future, so just stay tuned for that. On top of that, if you would like to submit your paint jobs in the future, the way to do so is over on Twitter. Just send a high resolution screenshot at Inkslasher, or you can just click the link to my Twitter down in the description. And make sure it's a high resolution screenshot. For example, this was a paint job submitted by Michael Brown, and I think it's fantastic. It's a great use of the shovel, but the problem is it's taken with your cell phone and it doesn't fit the screen properly, so make sure it's a screenshot, it's high resolution, and send it to me over on Twitter. But without further ado, let's get into it and look at the top 5 this week. So coming in at number 5, we have one sent in by Sane, and this one is a dark matter paint job, and I was actually sent quite a few dark matter paint jobs. I just thought this one was really well done, and I could recognize it right away. Now, the only problem is it's not perfect. I think he could do a little bit better, and that is because dark matter is a little bit more purple than this. This one's a bit too black as opposed to the normal really bright and vibrant purple color it is. That being said, I think the dark matter camo is a very difficult thing to make because of all the different intricacies of it. I think it would almost take a lot more than just 64 layers per side to actually build an entire dark matter camo, but I could be wrong, and I put out a challenge to anyone who does make these paint jobs: try to make a dark matter one better than this, because I thought this one was very well done, and I think it could only get better from here. So go ahead, try, and like I said, send it to me on Twitter if you're able to make a great one. Coming in at number 4, we have one by Joel Williams here. He sent in the Murica camo, and I thought this one was incredibly well done for a few reasons. First of all, once again, I was sent a lot of American flag paint jobs, but this one really stood out, and the thing that made it stand out is the way he actually put it together, the way the white, red, and blue all kind of fade together, and then the way it goes throughout the gun. It's not just one flag, it kind of goes in bands throughout the weapon. I think it's very interesting and very well done, and the fading is, I think, what really brings it together. Now, on top of that, he put it on the Ranger 2 variant, which is a variant of the M1903, which I think is very well done. It really looks great together. And on top of that, the way he spelt Murica is absolutely fantastic. But really, the thing that I think is magical about this one is that this paint job almost looks like a camo that could actually be put into the game by the developers, and I think that is extremely well done. And speaking of paint jobs that just look like a camo in the game, here is one right here by Tony Lauren. Sorry if I butchered your name, I tried my best, but this one just looks like a camo that could literally be put into the game. On top of that, I think he chose a really great weapon to put it on. So this is on the Duck Soup 2, which is a variant of the PPSH, and as I mentioned, this paint job literally looks like it could be a developer made paint job. It's not of anything in particular like we looked at before. We saw one of Morty, we saw one of almost like an American flag. This one isn't really a picture of anything, but rather it's just a really cool looking paint job that almost looks like a camo in and of itself. And as you can see here, this is what it actually looks like in-game, and I think it looks even better in-game than it does in menu. As I mentioned, it looks like a camo as opposed to just a paint job someone put on the weapon. The only difference is in World War II, a lot of the camos are really war-torn, where this one is very bright and vibrant, and I think it looks really great with the variant he chose as well. On top of that, he's got a little football keychain hanging off his weapon as well. Overall, I thought it was really well done, even though it wasn't of something directly. Speaking of camos that are done of something directly, and a perfect example of that is this paint job done by Hypnotize on YouTube. And this one, of course, is Patrick from SpongeBob put on to a knife. And I think this one overall is just an incredibly great use of space, the great idea of using a knife to create Patrick. And I also think I have a little bit of a soft spot for knife paint jobs, because really this one isn't the most difficult paint job we looked at to create, but it's an incredibly amazing use of space. And I love to see great ideas like that brought into the game and brought into paint jobs. Now, when I originally looked at this one, I was going to put it lower on the list. I really liked it, but I was going to put it lower on the list until I saw what he did with the butt of the weapon, because if you didn't already know, you can actually put a paint job on the butt of the knife. And as you can see here, what he did with it is put a smaller Patrick face on the butt of the knife. And I thought that was just an incredibly great idea. It looks a little silly, but I think it's absolutely hilarious. And once again, a great use of space. So that's why I put this one at number 2. Even though it's not the most difficult to make, like I said, a great idea and a great use of space. And finally, coming in at number 1, this one I very strongly believe should be in the number 1 spot. We got one by Fiery Fairy, and this is the It paint job, and wow, is this one incredibly well done. Closer towards the butt of the weapon, we can see the actual clown face itself. Looks incredibly well done, from the eyes to the actual face paint on the clown. Incredibly well done. And then I don't know if you noticed, but closer towards the middle of the weapon, we have a little bit of water with a paper boat floating down it, which is an amazing addition to the paint job if you ask me. And then to take it even further, if we flip over the weapon, we have the little boy in a raincoat with the lettering, "We all float down here," which is of course the quote from the book and the movie. And I just think everything about this paint job is incredibly well done. The different things on either side. On one side you have it, on the other side you have the little boy in the raincoat, the lettering, the actual paper boat floating down the weapon as it looks. Just everything about this is incredibly well done. I love every part of it. And on top of that, incredibly well detailed, and I knew exactly what it was right away. So just a very, very solid paint job. But if I got the order wrong, if I put them out of order, let me know what you think. What one do you think is the best paint job? Let me know down in the comments below. Also, if you enjoyed the video and want to see more like this, it would be awesome if you could hit that like button. And if you like what you see, you can always hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with all my videos. Also, as I mentioned before, if you would like to submit your paint jobs, make sure you send them to me on Twitter at Inkslasher, and make sure they are high resolution screenshot. But guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time guys, peace out.
Hold on to me.